And I asked the state to take over the personal property records at that time. And the state came in and brought those records up to date. And I have been communicating with the state since that time, meeting their requirements. Probably maybe 2-3 years ago, the state did what's called a mini 14-point review of all of the townships in the state, and we passed the mini 14-point review. As a result of that, I don't know if it was done randomly or how it was chosen. The state called in full 14-point reviews. As a result of the full 14-point review, Parma Township, Springport Township, Grass Lake Township,
I'm not worried about them, just...
I'm trying to give you the history of it. You asked me. We aren't the only ones that are being called in.
When was the full 14-point review done?
This summer.
This summer?
Yes. And we were lacking in complete record files. We were lacking in adequate data. What I had was not adequate for land values or ECF values. With this depressed economy, we do not have adequate sales that give good data to support it.
So, in 9 years, we haven't been able to get our records up to date? Is that what you're saying?
Well, in all honesty, when the state tax commissioner was in this summer, as a result of our addition, he happened to walk in when I had found 3 filing boxes full of records going back to 1994 that should be in our files and were not in our files.
How come you found them?
I found them. They were in my office.
Okay.
I took them into my office so they could be filed and brought up to date.
And are they now?
No, they are not.
Why?
I am working on it, just as I have been working on it since 2000 to bring our files up to date.
Are you paid full-time as tax assessor?
Am I what?
Paid as a full-time tax assessor
Yes,
at
I
the
am.
township?
Yes, I am.
And it's taken you 9 years? As a resident and a taxpayer, I just have a hard time swallowing that we're now looking at, what, anywhere from $85,000 to $95,000 to reassess everything, plus pay your normal salary, whatever that is, for things that have occurred over the last 9 years that should have been up to date. So
It did not occur over the last 9 years.
well, they haven't been up to date
Help
since
me
you've
out.
been in, since
They
2000.
were not up to date when I came here in 2001 as the assessor.
So what is the normal time frame to bring things up to date?
From 1994, when I was not aware that these were not in the files. You have to understand, the files were not up to date. The only time the files were up to date was in 1989.
I understand that, however, you've had 9 years to
Milne,
address that.
Milne, you didn't hear me. I continually find data in boxes that should be in the file.
But you said that the state came in 2000 caught your personal property
No,
records
they
up.
didn't catch, no. There are more than just personal property records. At that time, I was unaware that the whole system was that far behind. It was immediately obvious based on the personal property review. You see, every year we send out personal property statements. And the statements that were being sent out were only a part of the records that we had on file.
So when did you become aware that things weren't?
I became fully aware in about the fall of 2000, about the winter of 2001.
And you didn't initiate any plan then?
The plan was to bring them up to date, and I have been working on them, and I continually find information that needs to go in the files.
I know, but this is going to cost the township a lot of money.
It's going to cost us all a lot of
What
money.
I'm saying is where's your plan to update these records and then keep them updated?
I will still be doing the responsibility of getting all of the current ones brought up to date.
I would have thought that you would have been also responsible to get the past ones up to date.
That's what I'm
Full-time
responsible for. I have been responsible for it. It is an ongoing operation. I can't possibly do it all. That's why the state has called it in.